Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome to VRML. That was weird. I'm Palidore, I'm weird, but I'm here, and we're about to start off, I think soon, with Honey Badgers and EFYA, yeah, Tropic Force Young Adults, aka. Currently, 3v3? Now there were 4 people in the arena for Honey Badgers a moment ago. I've yet to see a 4th from Entropic, so we'll see what's going on. Currently 3v3, and we will start as soon as the teams are ready, one way or the other. So, what up to Irish Redneck again? Good to see you here, as well as Mr. Viridus himself, Friction Gremlin. Thank you, the goat. You're the goat. At least your name definitely is. Oh, apparently server issues, it looks like. I'm getting pinged in Discord now. That makes sense. Well, that's inconvenient, but nothing we can't handle. One moment. New links. Pesky servers. How do they work? Same way as magnets, I suppose. Alright, we'll get into that new one. Also, ASBT3. What does that stand for? America's Stot Balance ×3. Anyways, Malignant Spirit. What's up, Mal? I've got updates for you, just not here. Sort of, I don't know. No updates. What am I talking about? Anyways, all right, new server. Let's see if this works out the same way. Okay. 4 players on both sides. They are still on the correct sides. Yes! I love it when that works out. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Let me just re-ping the teams for posterity, I guess. And we can get going. Yeah. Oops. I missed my tag. There we go. Okay. Man, talking and typing at the same time. Still haven't learned to do it after all these years. Oh well, anyway. What's up to Cupid? That's a very relevant name. right, Mal? And Fallout Cast. I like that. Mix, your name, that is. A mix of, what, Fallout, one of my favorite games, and Outcasts. Not admittedly one of my favorite bands, but it's still nostalgic. as a boomer. Anyways, here we go! Round 1, about to start. Can't wait. After this, we also have some more familiar faces coming into the stream in Trash Pandas versus Tachyons. That will be immediately following this this match ending. And here we go! So, first joust will eventually be wrangled by EF, it looks like. They take an attempted shot, an ambitious one, but I respect it. As Dewey Blank comes in for the Pandas. Or the Badgers, rather. Excuse me. Pandas and Badgers. Still going back to, like, those old, Season 2, 3 times where we had, like, Pandas and Badgers facing off against each other at times. I still remember those casts, vaguely at least, just because of the names alone. Shot here, trying to get a hold of the disc, has a little bit of a trouble with it, but eventually they'll get a grab. Take that back, because 015 does, but could not get that through the lanes. So taken back, sent into the blue. These stacks very well connected here. That's some high-speed connections, but not on the goal, unfortunately. Deflection off the backboard. And now Dewey Blank getting taken off guard there. Into the trap, Call Me Comes, and Cincy recovering the disc and immediately linking up for some more stacks. I like it. Honey Badgers showing that chemistry already here in some of the stackage. Now Dewey Blank with a pass. What a perfect connection! Likewise at the sun, shot dealing shots, and shots for everybody. And down the midline, it'll be sent into the trap as Dewey Blank does obtain for at least a split second. Both teams trying to break some stalemating going on. Minute and a half in, no scores. With that said, maybe one score. No, just the bottom of the quarter of the goal. And into the opposite end, rebounded and shot found Cincy. And it was a very pretty bounce to get themselves the first couple of points. Nearly 2 minutes into the round. Cupid saying, your friends on Trash Pandas. Good stuff, good stuff. Fallout Cast saying, close enough. Was I wrong? It's not an amalgamation of Outcast and Fallout? Well, my apologies. I just, you know, I love puns and wordplay so much, I just go assuming that everyone's names are wordplay based. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Irish Redneck in the Twitch also trying to start a chat chant for Mr. Marcus here on Entropic. And now down the floor, through the tropics, they dropped it! It's Honey Badgers with a couple of scores on the board now. Cincy with both of them, in fact. And also the memeing gamer in the Twitch chat. Oh no, we already have so many memes on these streams. Now we have another memeing gamer. Glad to have you, though. Welcome to the Twitch. Hope your day is going well, midweek. For some reason it already feels like Friday, but it's only Wednesday. Sad times. But 015A finds the perfect passing line to C-Shocker. C-Shocker, the slap over to shot to Marcus, but couldn't get the disc. That said, off of this clear will actually be a nice one that will be rebounded. Words, words, words. And right into the shot. Oh, that was nearly a gorgeous make. Too far to the left, however, as it's sent back into the trap. Taken by Undarb. Now, that pass out into the midfield. Both teams kind of struggling to find it initially, so a few slaps underway. We could be seeing now with Marcus. Oh, and marks this. It did turn into a Dewey goal, who got their hands on it, but it will still be Entropic Force Young Adults with their first couple of points. Partial credit, I suppose, to Marcus. It's otherwise going to be a beautiful 3. So, nothing else. Consolation for Dewey over on the Honey Badgers. The fact that they were at least able to turn it from a 3-pointer into a 2. Nice grab. So, at the midfield, Call Me Comes. I will do just that. Person we see in the Twitch chat fairly regularly. But also great to see in the game. Even better to see in the game. Doing what they do best, says Marcus! Will not concede that goal. Gets the grab, puts a cork in it, but they'll have to do it again as the offense is back on the backboard. Not looking bored, they're alive, and they strive to go up 6-2. Honey Badgers. Still plenty of round to burn. 5 minutes. ASBT3. Maybe, okay, a Song of Bison Tire. That's the one. I'll get it eventually. I'm going to figure out what your name stands for. Don't you worry. Nonetheless, Undar with shots. Could it be? No! The pick by Shot. Conveniently. What a save. But a rebound taken right at the midline by Dewey, who was just hiding, waiting for the right time to just peek out and snag the disc. Now that said, the disc does leak right back into the blue possession for Entropic. So Sea Shocker approaching. Meanwhile, the stuns in the midfield disabling the stacks momentarily, and now splitting up. Although the back out for Entropic, they were not able to find the connection. Luckily, they've got a lot of time to recover thanks to those continued brawls in the orange zone against those orange stacks. Sea Shocker will drop it back off to Shots from the station. And station to the nest where Dewey Blank, again, another interception. Passes it off to Undarb. They immediately turn. Cincy and Undarb. Cincy sees a three. Cincy, and in a cinch, sees the goal. And they seize the day with a 9-2 score now. Still a little under 4 minutes remaining. Fallout in the Twitch complimenting indeed the stack out. Dribbling down the floor very nicely. Shot with the disc now on this launcher, opting for kind of a short-ish rollout. They had one short at the very least. No one there too long. Let's see. Oh, I lied. See, Shocker. Oh, that's a shocker and a dropper. And I'm going to roll because that's on fire off that shot. What a tight angle that was. See, I thought the goalkeeper was going to be able to dive that before Sea Shocker even got it. So I was kind of wondering, oh, that's a long lead on that pass. But you know what? Sea Shocker's saying, shut up, Pally. I got this. And they did. Big hit. That was a really nice, really nice shot to get them back on the board here with 5 points. Now, brawls aplenty being dealt in the orange zone, as the case has been a few different times here. But the goal now covered off by Marcus. Some passing plays a little too astray. 0-15-8 in the goal, now replaced by Marcus. Meanwhile, in the front line, Sea Shocker causing some more trouble. But still, possession being maintained, at least on this side of the floor. Might be about to switch up, though, as down that floor, down the avenue, and into the recovery at the top of the trap. The stacks now getting here for both squads, as Dewey Blank for the Honey Badgers able to secure it, send it waywards, and maybe in the clear. Oh, the overshoot, though, denies them the open goal. They still have a shot, though, as Cincy will back it out. Cincy to the pass. Call me comes to Dewey, and no, Dewey having it saved by Marcus. Again, Marcus showing the in-goal talent there defensively. Another shot attempt, however. Cincy right back to Undarb, unable to wrangle the disc. Marcus slaps it out of there. Marcus is all over the place, active here inside the bubble. Cincy, once more, who's been really the stabilizer of sorts with that disc control. But Colby comes, loses the disc, unfortunately. Just an inch out of the grab reach. Meanwhile, what a leech. Wow. Cincy, again, doing some great work. Very impressed with Cincy, but the three, it's cindering hot. Mr. Marcus. Defense, offense, does it all. Now, I was complimenting Cincy for the leech, but got stunned, and then the free disc was found by Marcus, and it seems like Marcus has a absolute nose for it, searching them out like truffles. No trouble. See if they can shuffle back into the line, though, because they still have a point to make up with 1 minute left, and drop it down. Honey Badgers now losing the disc. Now back into the goal. This could be a big turning point as they anchor off, and Sea Shocker the blocks. C blocker, but the shot saved. Cincy. There's a lot of C's here, as you can see. Down the floor, leaving me dizzy and quite busy indeed. The brawls aplenty once more. The slaps aplenty. No one getting control. We've got 36 seconds left as another grab and another change of possessions one way and the other. Both teams attempting to recover. Down at the bubble, it's back to EF. So Entropic, young adults, all losing the disc there. Back into the bubble. And O15A with it. They have 19 seconds to make something work. They get the very nice clear. The stacks are there. The shot is there. A bit high. Recovered from Dewey. No, Dewey missing the handles, but getting it the second time around. And the clear unsuccessful as it will bounce into the trap. Taken back by Colby. Colby getting it stunned. And with a little bit of time, they gotta find no goal. Denial by Dewey. Sea Shocker tried that last second heave. First round, Honey Badgers, and it was intense. Quite the circus indeed. Pardon the silence, had to stop to take a sip because wow, that was a lot of things happening in a short span of time. Intense last minute of action, but that's what you like to see. I almost hope KK is not watching this time because she almost had a heart attack the last time I casted. So hopefully all is well. And the blood pressure's low. But that's it. Ooh, beautiful second look at that replay, that Sea Shocker shot. That is very tough to say. Sally sells sea shocks by the seashore, and surely he will shoot some soon. Yeah. So Honey Badgers completing that narrow victory, Undarb with 2 points and assists. Cincy with 7 of them, as well as some really strong all-around play, I feel like, across both sides of the floor. I'm pretty impressed there with what Cincy has been able to do, showing nice control, getting those leeches, getting the offense going and flowing for them. Round 2 underway, though, and we will see now for Entropic if they took that last minute or two to think things over, adjust, and see if they can just come out with some fire. Be good to see them get on the board first here, just to kind of establish that initial lead and that initial confidence. And indeed, it's true. It's a 2, and it's Mr. Marcus, who, much like I was calling out Cincy before, well, Marcus, he's been everywhere as well. Getting saves in the goal, getting shots on the opposite end. Very well done. And now they've got the initial momentum. Honey Badgers, though, you've already seen what they can do. Offensive joust for their attempt and their chance to rebut. Except they do lose a disc. So that is a unforced error now that just may cost them, as it will be a open goal. Oh, the miss, though. And now the hands and the missile. Colby comes able to get the grab onto that hot shot coming out from Entropic. What a defensive stand they just took. But another look at it, it looks like the third offensive try for Entropic as Sea Shocker takes control from the midfield. Now looking for those passes, Sea Shocker has a defense draped and maybe miscommunicated there, did not realize the defense was so nearby. So a nice turnaround, but the sack's catching up. And sending it right back into the bubble to an open goal. Oh, 2 missed opportunities, unfortunately, for Entropic. Could have pulled ahead by 5 on some of these 3-point attempts. The fortunate thing is that they do get a lot of rebounds, and they've been getting a lot of attempts, but you can't rely on that just as a shot goes flying by off the backboard. Mr. Marcus doing a good job in the goal there. And just hoping that front line gets it going. Defensively, that is. So Dewey Blank will reset it out. And I think Honey Badgers have to feel good about their positioning, although I might be jinxing it again. Hold on. Sea Shocker, indeed I did, but can they capitalize? No, that is 3 threes they've missed, but the 4th is a success. Sea Shocker gets the goal. 1 for 4 on threes in the second round. And yet, the results still 5-0, favoring Entropic this time. So I was going to say, you know, they have not been able to punish Entropic, that is, on some of those open threes. Likewise, though, Honey Badgers weren't able to punish off the misses on those open threes. So just kind of a flurry of chaos, as I guess is appropriate for this Entropic team. It does eventually result in their advantage, 5 points. Honey Badgers, though, not ones to be denied all too long. The duck, but no deuce. Off of the pole and off of a head, it looked like. Dewey Blank unable to find the shot that time around. Meanwhile, finding the disc was Call Me, down the floor. And into the goal. Undar from down below will be undone. by some stuns. And there is another one. Not fun. Sea Shocker, I think, the one to dole out that damage and deep into the orange zone once more. Now, we've seen this before, an open goal on the orange side, but the question is, will Entropic get there first, and will they make it if they do? But no, as the case may be, the stacks recovering first for the defense. Now turning into offense, are trying to, latching on for some stacks and needing to now spread the floor a bit here for Honey Badgers, looking for their first goal. Of the round, that is. The Honey Badgers taking that first round, but it just seems like their momentum completely halted so far. Already 4 minutes into round 2, no scores. Cincy, though, doling it out, and no, the pain train continues. Marcus, absolutely spot on. No shots on when he's in the goal, it seems like. So, good save, but it just translates back into some midfield chaos. And anyone's possession for the moment. Skittles calling out the Brawls session, and indeed, teaching some strong lessons as the punches go out. It's shot from the boots, and to boots. Oh, it's Call Me Comes, boots it out, kicks him out the goal, and saying, no more 2s. No more 3s, for that matter. We are 1 score away, which is to say the Honey Badgers are 1 score away from starting a new streak, I feel like. Some good defense, they just need the goals! And a Cincy trying to recover it. Right back, though, directly to Call Me Comes. No, call me later, says Marcus. And Sea Shocker, the save the clear. It's out of there again. Defense for days, leaving me in a daze. A Sea Shocker rebounds. C to the floor. Shot from the floor, loses it, though. Dewey Blank ejects into midfield. Now off the bounce. Oh no! Oh, the goal! Dewey just did that! Wipe the slate, because now it's 3 points on the board in a weird twist of fate. 63-meter flinger. Talk about a way to get you going. Not the score that you expected the Honey Badgers to make first as their first shot, and yet exactly the score they needed perhaps to get them back in a zone and to get them back feeling confident again and feeling like they're not down from too much. Those can be big mentally speaking, big plays to make when you make those unusual shots. But on the other hand, well, gotta hand it to them because Sea Shocker got the hand on it and there was no one there in the goal. That was just pure speed on the stacks, and I can only imagine the midfield stacks probably being disrupted too. So well done from Entropic to rebound off of that near full court fling from Honey Badgers. That score, and just come back the other way with a 2. Alright, so continuing round 2 here with 3:40 remaining. Entropic force young adults needing to win this round if they want to see that third. All the way down the floor. Almost another unusual bounce will result in a tap-in from C. So thus far, pretty good for Entropic in this round. Kind of a comeback round of sorts. You can see Sea Shocker has just been doing a lot of work offensively. A lot of shot finishing across the 2 rounds with 10 points total. Dewey Blank looking for a quick train and maybe a dribble down the floor, but too clustered up with the defense who were able to undo that. Meanwhile, the 3-point left open, and the case not closed. The rebound right out the reach of shot. Back, though, to the midfield. Cloud rebound by Marcus. Marcus, who's definitely been in the right spot, the right time on a lot of these plays, will now dive in, pass it off to C. Sea Shocker to the shot, and the shot not blocked. The shot was got, in fact, 11-3. I feel like Dr. Seuss in this stream. There's way too much alliteration going on between these teams. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I mean, look, Mr. Marcus, MM, Sea Shocker, SS, and Entropic, like Entropic's team, you know, just has me all tongue-tied, I guess. Then you have O15A there, with a name of his own. But either way, though, we got O15. Speaking of, we'll pass it right below to C, and C's the goal. All right, it's 13-3. Tropic Force, they apparently had their fire lit under their feet because this second round has been much more successful for them, and the scoring pace and you know, the initial shaky start. They did start 1 for 4 on those 3-pointers in the first couple of minutes of this round, but despite that, once they made that first 3, then they just continued doing what they were doing the rest of this round so far. You know, making the most out of their opportunities. They calmed it back down, and their stacks were able to speed up. They got some nice passes, basically every aspect. There's a nice pass! Oh, wow. Nearly making it from Honey Badgers there. Dewey Blank to Undar, but unfortunately it was a tough angle. So Honey Badgers just trying to get that next goal. Find their stride, and they do! Right in stride! Call me comes the gorgeous assist, though, by Dewey Blank to make that a reality. What a way to do it. I'm not sure that there's really time left. It looks like probably not the case in this round. But if they can even get another one of those plays there for Honey Badgers, that will still set them up nicely in terms of confidence, I think, going into the between-round intermission. And right now, there you go. They are on a mission. Although a lot of stuns taken back in the midfield by Dewey Blank. Dewey on the bounce and will float right towards possession to shot and Entropic. 0-15 over to C. C's been the hot shot, although that one just a drop shot on the bottom of the floor. Dewey Blank rebounds one more time. Whoa, look at the little windmill move and a dipsy-do. Little duck. Now, Call Me comes with the possession. Has Cincy on the nest. Cincy being contested. Dewey Blank. Got a couple seconds to work with. One more. No, door closed. By that in Tropic Force defense. So, EFYA gets up to a 13-5 win in the second round. They've still got to do it again, though. All right, so as we get set for the next round, you know, Honey Badgers there just really were not able to get into too much of a good rhythm. And again, likewise for Entropic in the first couple of minutes, they were struggling to find their shots, but all they needed was one to go in, and from then on, they were just executing much more often than not. 13 points, so they easily surpassed their total there from that first round. Likewise, they hold Honey Badgers to a couple less goals on the opposite side. Only 5 points, and you know, Honey Badgers, otherwise, because you look at the scoreboard there for Honey Badgers, you see all of them have scored already, and 3 out of the 4 players have assists, so you would almost think that that they're surely scoring more than they have, but unfortunately, just most of that damage was done a round ago. So whether they have to find a hot hand, or they just need to find each other's you know, passing game again, get more of those assists like they were earlier on, one way or the other, just need to clean it up a little bit. And hopefully this last minute of action has helped them do just that. Because now, we've got the final round. And here we go! As always, thank you everyone here for joining me today on VRML Channel 2 this time. Also Channel 1, rocking and rolling on the streams. Stacking and flowing was the stacks for both squads, actually, before a recovery from Cincy. Cincy backboard! But in a pinch, a rebound there. To the boot now. Undarb backs it. So good resets at this point. You know, try to find the open passes and held onto the disc for too long, however. Had 2 open passes, but just held on to it and lost possession. That said, they will get it back, and that's the important thing, making up for any kind of mistakes or misreads with the speed. And indeed the stuns, as the Brawl Fest apparently continues a little bit there. On this approach, great pass. What a save! Undarb, a behemoth in the goal, at least on that possession, and on a roll defensively, courtesy of Dewey on a steal. Dewey cornering a clear through that tunnel, and there's a stackage, but oh, they overshoot. And how many times do we see that cost teams open threes otherwise? Still yet though, Call Me Comes gets stunned out. 0-15. Now with a slingshot of a clear into the midfield. A stack attempting to meet it for Entropic, and they do. Sea Shocker gets a clear. Stackage though coming in hot from both squads. Dewey Blank somehow obtains it before EF was. Now down again, and off the back. There you go, first 2 points. Took a minute and a half, but the score ice broken. Honey Badgers now back on the board, back in control, even if by a single goal. That is still more than they were able to do in that second round. Again, can't emphasize too how much or how important it is being able to just get started on the right foot in a round, right? It's never fun feeling like you're always playing from behind, even if it's only by 1 or 2 goals. So if you get that first scoring advantage, that's already just a nice way to relieve some stress, you know, slouch the shoulders a little bit and not be too focused on the catch-up game or the mustard game. Either way, he must heard the disc, but Undar just missing the catch. Now shot. Recovers, inverts nicely. That inversion is the whole reason he was even able to come away with it. Otherwise, looked like Undar was about to snag the foot and the disc. Definitely part of the modern-day Echo Arena game, being able to utilize those control sticks. And that said, it's trying to stick it into the goal off of this rebound. No, could not get it to go back into the trap. It will float. Sea Shocker recovers. Nifty juke, but even niftier grab. Dewey trying to draw and couldn't fire into the goal. That was so close to a make. Sea Shocker getting stunned by Cincy. Now Dewey Blank rebounding, sending it to Undar. Some nice 2-man game here between the teammates. Up and under from Dewey, and under the goal to Cincy. Really nice off-disc movement there from a multitude of the Honey Badgers players. They weren't content with just sitting on anchors, and for that matter, they couldn't be content with that because the defense was playing aggressively out the bubble at that point. So just beautiful way to keep the bodies moving, keep the passes accurate, and finding that those open arms. Like I was saying right before round 3 started, right? Just finding either a hot hand or just finding calmer passes. Either way, they needed to find somebody or some way to execute the passing like they were in the earlier rounds, and they did it just there. They might just do it again here with possession now. It will be taken back by Dewey, and Dewey with some very nifty jukes. Now Undar being bothered there by Sea Shocker playing aggressively at the bubble, and why not? I mean, there's so many players there for... Ooh, good stun. The Dusty! The Dusty! It must be! A 2! The Dew! It does drop. Call it Dew drop. Not drawing blanks. They've got 6 points on the board. Keeping Entropic in check at the moment. Scoreless. Interesting shift of personalities we've seen between these rounds. From one round to the second round to the third round. It's been kind of a gradual ebb and flow between these two teams where they're all going on these very miniature runs. Like the actual scoring totals have not been extremely high, but the overall momentum and the pace, basically, the team who has control the most, it's definitely been going in a roller coaster type ebb and flow, up and down. Honey Badgers got the better end of it in the first round, and Entropic came in and controlled the majority of that second round, and third round so far, it's all Honey Badgers. So I do like this timeout, indeed. With still 5:49 remaining. I mean, that's a lot of time. So not something to worry about at all, just something to say, hey, let's stop, pause the gameplay for a minute or two and address. And yeah, as Queen Ang there pointing out, 6 points ain't that much. Not at all, not at all. Don't even need to get too invested in the threes game at all. It's just quality shots. If Entropic can clean up their plays again and just get some quality shots, good high percentage looks in the 2-point zone even. You still have a million years to make up the distance and even take a lead. For Honey Badgers, I think the opposite to that, basically. Recognizing that, one, you have some good momentum behind you, but two, I would be careful of conceding too many open threes. Basically, for Honey Badgers, just keeping up the speed on their stacks, getting back on the defensive end, because again, 3-pointers, especially in late game scenarios or round 3 scenarios, I mean, you don't want to give people the confidence of those type of shots. It can get you back in a game in a hurry. I always say that the 3 points are worth a lot more than the actual 3 points itself. Like, yeah, you get the 3 points on the board, but that also doesn't account for the emotional impact that it has. The positive impact for your team if you score it, and the negative impact for the other. I mean, maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but I don't think I am when I say it's really, really deflating to have a 3-point shot go against you. You know, you'd rather eat 2s all day, but you see 1 or 2 like open 3-pointers go against your team, and it's very easy to get discouraged. So that's what I mean when I say it's worth more than the 3 points itself, because you're also making the other team feel a lot worse than they might otherwise be if it was only a 2-pointer. You know, 2-pointers happen all the time. It's whatever. It's the 3s that kill you. That said, timeout here just about over. So let's see how they maneuver around this first joust coming out after the timeout there for Entropic. Oh, what's up to John in the chat also? No problem. Thanks for having me. And yeah, good games. Good games. Hope to catch you guys again soon sometimes. Or sometime. But the time is now for the rest of this round. Round 3, that is to say. Entropic trying to crack that ice, but they just turn it over again here, unfortunately. And Honey Badger's doing well. Doing well to just aggress and stack. Here they go. It's going to be a 3-on-1. The stuns, the saves, though, delivered by shots, keeping them alive here. They definitely don't want to see too many more goals go uncontested. The defense trying to retreat. Oh, but the goal coming in from Colby, and they're about to say, see ya on this round, I feel like. There's 5 minutes left, but I mean, the rhythm is just not there, it seems like. And despite what the fact that they've been able to defend fairly well across these 3 rounds, Entropic that is, in junctures, if you can't get the rebounds, you can't get the clears, then, you know, it basically, what was it all for in a sense, right? Honey Badgers here have just been tremendous in capitalizing, even when they do get saved now. You can see they're back in the front line, and they get saved again. I mean, Marcus, telling you, if Entropic comes back and wins this somehow, it would be definitely Marcus, I think, game disc, or at least the round disc, for keeping them alive with these saves. But yeah, I mean, Honey Badgers, man, gotta watch out. The clock is still plentiful in terms of a comeback, but really, for Honey Badgers, they're doing what they need to do, which is to say, look, they reset. They've got the point advantage. They've got the time advantage. And this is exactly what, you know, it'll get you. You drag defenders out of goal like that, it's going to give you those numbers advantages and stuff in the goal. Talk about stuffage. I mean, Marcus does it again. But all I got to say is they got to turn it into a shot. Oh, yes. Oh, 15. And that is on the money. So just like that, Marcus saving a couple of shots. Now, granted, one of them was a fairly ambitious one from about 10 meters out or so. But that's all you need. Like, it's right back to a 5-point game. There's still 3 minutes left. You can make that difference up in a span of 45 seconds if you play your cards right. So Entropic here, though, they need to get back into the goal. And just off the goalposts, Mr. Marcus, maybe the presence there, intimidating on the shot attempt. And just as I say that, the pass attempt also off. So here is a window. It's getting narrower by the moment, but it is a window. The stacks coming on. 0-15 looking for the second in a row. And the rebound, the grab, and grab back. Undarb nicely. Trying to secure this round and this match for the Badgers. Now, Cincy, an interesting clear attempt, actually just goes into a pass, apparently, to Dewey there. Now, undarb the shot. That would be huge, but the miss. Now, 2:26 left in the match and the round as it goes. The momentum, neither team really has it, honestly. I think Entropic may be slightly more favored, but both teams now finding a lot of struggle actually maintaining control of this disc for all too long. The shot there, long shot, and a long save from Shot, as Shot clears it out into the orange. Meanwhile, splitting off, good recovery. And the final 2 minutes of the game now. Again, the control, haphazard as all, and the disc loose into the midfield. Taken by Marcus. They are down by 5. They need the goal. They get the goal. Sea Shocker just in time. As Shot celebrates with him right after the goal. 3-point game. Now we're still in a case, in a juncture where you don't need, if you're a Entropic, you don't need the 3. if you can get a quick 2, like in the next maybe 20 seconds or so. And for Honey Badgers, any shots here will honestly be ice. If they can get a good quality goal, then go for it. Because you know at this point, EF is going to have to be very aggressive outside this bubble to cause a turnover. So Honey Badgers, oh, there's a turnover. Hold on, though. Call Me Comes gets a slight boost. And very nicely to get him back the disc, although for how long is a question. Leech is coming in from Cincy. And the deep clear. 3-point game. Call Me with a slap bounce. Comes right back towards the same general area. Shot now whirling around. A ricocheted pass caught. And Marcus looking for the shot. Oh, attempting the heroics there once more, but not providing the results they needed. And back into the action. Back into the 3. Oh, see, shocker, out of the way. Trying to save this game on a saved shot attempt. Call Me Comes, passes it down below. Dewey Blank, and another save, Marcus! Remarkable, we'll call him. But it's no clear as it gets stuck again midfield. The window is closing. We have 19 seconds left, and now they got to get out of the goal. They need to pressure this right now. They have no time. They got to pressure. They have got to leave that goal and cause a turnover, or else Honey Badgers are going to come away with this game. 3 seconds remaining, and that should do it. Honey Badgers, with a intense finish, will take this 3-round thrill. 8-5. So congratulations to the Honey Badgers and to Entropic Force Young Adults for putting up a heck of a fight there. That came right down to the wire, didn't it? Man, those saves by a multitude of players, a Sea Shocker, Marcus, incredibly clutch there at the end. I mean, like I said 5 minutes ago or so, if somehow Entropic does make a comeback, it's going to be off the backs of that excellent goalkeeping that was keeping them alive way more than you could possibly hope for in most cases, right? You don't expect your goalkeepers to be able to save you that many times in a short span, and yet they did. Just unfortunately could not quite get that last goal. They kind of went for the all-or-nothing 3-point play from that shoulder, that anchor, and one of those cases, had it gone, I mean, that would have been, one of the highlights of the season for them. But because it didn't, just tough loss on their end. Honey Badgers, they closed out. I like the patience they showed. I like the poise they showed in the last few minutes, trying to drag out the defenders and trying to reset when they can. Really a lot of smart play on their end to secure that game. And with that, I would talk more, but I am remembering I do have another match to be at. Honey Badgers will advance to 6-1. Really nice record for them, and 4-3. Meanwhile, record for Entropic Force Young Adults, still in the win column more often than not. But with that, we do have one more match. So, Trash Pandas versus Tachyons. I'm going to go to a quick intermission, and I will join you for the last cast here for me on Channel 2. Be right back. All right, everybody, hello and welcome back to VR Master League Channel 2. I'm Palidore, and I've got a match for you, Tachyons versus Trash Pandas. Two teams returning here into the competitive scene. I've been at it for quite a while, and always brings a smile on my face to get to cast these guys. So, that said, yeah, we got... by the way, thank you to these teams for being flexible with your scheduling and enabling me to cast here tonight. Appreciate it very much. Move their match back by 30 or 45 minutes, so appreciate it. Tachyons coming in with a 4-2 record thus far in the season here in that high platinum division, so right on the edge of diamond. Likewise for Trash Pandas here with a 4-2 record in mid platinum. So both teams identical on the records, and both teams really striving to keep advancing up that ladder. And certainly Tachyons and Trash Pandas, like I said, for that matter, how come they're both ranked 41 right now on my overlays? That can't possibly be right, can it? Either way, though, both teams, happy to see them returning. A 3-season long team for Tachyons. They've been around since the 4th. And for Trash Pandas, Season 3 was their debut season. Casted a bunch of them plenty of times, and a bunch of these rosters across these seasons. Always a pleasure. There's a moth flying around my room right now. Anyway, okay, so player names. Oh, I see. That would explain the weird rankings thing. Got mixed up somehow. All right, well, there's a bug that can be fixed eventually. Weird. Let's see. I'll get it fixed though. Trash Pandas. There we go. Boom. I think the rosters are still. Oh, there they go. They're fixed. Okay. Note to self. But that said, we are ready to go as soon as these teams are. I think I sent the ping in the right place. I hope I did. And yeah, it looks like that's the case. So this will be again our last match of the night. I know over on Channel 1 there was a match, or actually there still is a match going on, I think. Dysfunctional Misfits versus Slothosaurs. I think that's the last match. Yeah, that is the last match on Channel 1. So both these channels coming to a close after these two matches. But yeah, it's been full otherwise. That's a solid 6 or 7 matches I think we've casted here tonight. So, productive. Don't forget, guys, of course, as always, if you do want to be casted or have better chances of being casted, to get those hype votes in the match page of VRML. It's a little orange button next to each match. If you click those, that indicates to casters that you have some interest in seeing that match casted. And we definitely look at that a lot. It doesn't guarantee, because it is dependent on which of our casters are available. It's a volunteer basis after all, but when we do cast, we do look at those numbers quite a bit. But that said, the first joust here going to be taken by Tachyons on Orange Squad. Got ZZ with control at the midfield. And looking to work their way up. Now, I compliment this Tachyons team a lot for their poise on the floor, as we see it go right there. Oh my goodness, and oh my gorgeous. This is the kind of gameplay that I love to see. Last time I streamed Tachyons as well, same kind of thing I was mentioning. I love the poise they show as a team. I got introduced to them in person for the first time back at the Tyroland in Atlanta, Georgia, back in February. And shout out, of course, to TGI Torquemada for the amazingly memorable event that everyone enjoyed so much. But yeah, that's when I got to get my eyes on these guys. The Tachyons are the ones who won that LAN event, and it was because the chemistry was just so nice. The poise was so nice. Right here, though, see, it's... I almost want to hate Shiny for changing his name. It is Shiny, it's just backwards. Why would you do this to me? Army getting hammered there, but the goal right back on the putback from Shiny. I'm not calling him Yinich. That's too hard. Now, see, if I hadn't casted them before, I probably wouldn't have realized it's Shiny backwards. And then I really would have been saying yuck for the whole stream. Trash Pandas here. Q being is Oliver Ending. Of course, I've known Oliver for multiple seasons now. Popular creator on TikTok with some awesome echo videos as well, and tutorials and what have you, but at the moment just having trouble defending against this impressively quick series of passes and connections from Tachyons. Trash Pandas down by a few goals, but only a few. Still 8 minutes left in this round. Kitty Jade in the chat also cheering on Hyena Dragon. Also, yeah, great to see Hyena Dragon, who has a disc right there and looses it over to the tunnel. It sent me, not to embarrass her or anything, I'm not trying to do that, but, you know, did send me a nice message the other day, just kind of thanking me for, like, casting Trash Pandas and whatnot a couple seasons ago for their first match, and, oh, wow, lighting the match. Who was that this time? Octavius, doing him dirty with a 3. Goalkeepers were sort of there, just not able to quite turn into the catch in time. But yeah, Hyena, one of those players that I've casted, you know, many moons ago, and great to see him making a return here. It's always nice, you know, hearing people actually appreciate being talked about on stream, I guess, you know, that I'm not just talking into the ether. Of course, though, it's always my pleasure doing so, because watching these teams develop, and again, because when I casted these teams in the past, so, you know, they weren't bordering on Diamond, you know, and yet here they are. I know Tachyons in their case, I believe they finished Diamond, at least close to it, if not last season. But the whole progression over seasons, being able to watch teams like Trash Pandas, teams like Tachyons develop is why I say I actually do love casting the ladder more than Master, and that's the truth. As Army here from the top, passing it down, and not able to get the goal. 9 points up so far, but we're seeing a lot of those extra passes, very Kangos-esque in a sense. But Shiny with a back out to Octavius from the bow tie. Hyena Dragon trying to catch up and throwing it down. Oliver ending, defending, and now another shot impending as they send it down to the bubble and into the goal right by the noggin, it looked like, by the ear. Shiny able to secure another goal. But yeah, just to continue my thoughts there. That's why I legit say I love casting Master, and especially, you know, at the end of the season when everything is on the line at the finals and stuff. Like, that's a bit different, but in terms of the regular season, I do love casting the ladder a lot more, because then you just get to see those stories develop, you get to see new talent starting to make a name for themselves and become popular and things like that. And you get to see, like I said, this is the continued rise of teams on these streams. It's a nice mix, yeah. But that said, as Chu points out, a lot of time being spent in the bubble here. Tachyons just showing that control that I was talking about, right? Where they're really able to get that disc and keep a hold of it, more importantly, with some excellent pass work and what have you. But for Trash Pandas, just one shot, as Eminem once said. It's all you need to maybe blow things up in a good way and get your good vibes in check. Octavius trying to check and wreck. It's ZZ from the top. ZZ top. Music to my ears. Either way, they found the range, they found Lagrange, and they got themselves a 15-0 lead here in the round. Over in chat, also see Cincinnati guy. I'm assuming Cincy from the last match, yes. Welcome to it. Saying good games to Marcus from Entropic that we just witnessed moments ago. The shot about to go right off the side. Rebound to Shiny. Shiny can't get the goal there. A pick back by Kyber, and Kyber sending it midways. Now, Army with the handles, sending it to Octavius. Octavius to ZZ. ZZ contested very well, and forcing a potential turnover here. Nice defense by Trash Pandas, reading the disc outside the goal. Once and twice. There's Oliver again. Now, Oliver with Kit Kat attached. Unable to really get his stat going, though, as it will turn back over to ZZ. ZZ, and easy does it. Man, the cuts to completion once again. They have been absolutely rocking it with those cut passes and the extra passes. 17 points. And to hit that mark already, I mean, still 3.5 minutes left. Just an incredible pace. Like, they're controlling the pace when they need to on this side of the floor, but they're also speeding it up with some dives and great pass work to get this scoring total. It's like a chess match, and yet that is the match, or at least the first round. 20 points, Tachyons, and they hold Trash Pandas scoreless here, some way, somehow. What a flurry it was, and just getting blitzed. Now, will that trend continue? Not necessarily. Could be a very different second round. We've seen it before. I was actually talking about this on Channel 1 when I was casting there a couple hours ago. There was can't remember the match now because it's been too long, too many matches in between, but how, you know, you get one round, the opening round in particular, a mercy, and then it just goes the opposite way the next time. Like, you know, it's almost fool's gold is basically what I'm getting at sometimes. So Tachyons definitely did everything they needed to do. I mean, they were controlled and just excellent all around, but the mercy itself, I'm saying, like the fact that Trash Pandas were not able to get any scores, I feel like that's probably fool's gold. Things can definitely change given another round. The match earlier, by the way, it was Zen versus Cerberus. That was the one. That's where Cerberus actually mercied the first round, and then Zen came back the next round and won that one. For those who are curious also, I almost don't want to spoil it. If you didn't watch that match, go watch it, or at least watch the third round of Zen versus Cerberus, because that was probably... No, it will definitely be probably the... Definitely. It'll definitely be the most shocking ending, or at least one of them that you'll see all season long to that match. That third round was something else. Very unusual things happened. And oh my god, very unusual things happened there! What a score, Trash Pandas! And that's how you get started in a new round! What did I say? What did I say? You just don't count them out. What a play! It was Kyber there on a headbutt. Unbelievable. Oh man. That's why I say what I do. You can never... Fool's gold! Look at that! Twice! 2 headbutts in a row. The second one not going. If it did, I would have flipped. But nonetheless, it's taken back here by Shiny. Shiny for Tachyons down the floor. Oliver ending with a pass over to Kit Kat. Kit Kat in a snip-snap down the floor. But the get back from Army and ZZ able to recover in time, and with plenty of time at that. But already, even in this first minute, this disc is already finding itself on the orange side much more than it did for the majority of last round. Here it goes again, another takeaway, a 3-point play, no, backboard, or sorry, the shield rather, the sneeze guard as Sputnik Cobra calls it, denying what could have been some tremendous momentum for Trash Pandas. Unable to wrangle the disc, back to Army. And Army does get a very nice clear down into the blue lane. Now some stuns in the midfield. Arby taking control, just off and rebounded. Perhaps rushed on a clear there. Kyber maybe thinking Hyena was an enemy as opposed to a teammate on his feet. But another clear out the way. There is a stack at the midfield they got to be careful of, and it will indeed be that stack that retrieves. Meanwhile, the release on the 3, there was no goalie, but they did not make the score. A passing play through the front door. So no 3s, but they got the 2s. Octavius benefiting from the Army pass, and that is a case we have seen more than a single occasion in the first round. Passing on points will be still a 1-point lead, though, for Trash Pandas, now on the offensive joust. All right, so back into the bubble. It shall be Army in the goalkeeping position. Or I guess the reset position, but now we'll break off. And that's what you'll notice about what Tachyons has been doing pretty well, and just generally speaking, always do very well, is positioning out. You know, they're not really standing still too much. They have great positioning, great spacing, and they're always moving. Always moving, always passing, always shooting. In a groove, like a movie, it is 4-3, Tachyons lead. But just look at all the assists. I mean, that's what I mean. You know, ZZ, Octavius, 3 apiece. Army and Shiny, 1 apiece. Any team who has all 4 players getting assists on the board after a couple rounds, or even after a round. It's my kind of team. That's my kind of 3. What a beamer from ZZ. 7 points now for Tachyons off to that turnover cause. What a shot. Appreciate the compliments in the Twitch chat there. Very kind of you. It's funny because I do feel like I'm getting tongue-tied a lot more than I usually do today, but it's okay. It happens. Glad you guys are enjoying, though, and definitely enjoying Trash Pandas here back at the offense. Would love to see a round 3 if they can come back at it. And indeed, here's the control. Here's the spacing. but just held on a little too long. Lost the disc out to Octavius. KitKat retrieves, and KitKat sends. Trying to break them a piece of that KitKat goal, but no! Off of the top. And it's taken back by Armies. So the opportunity there to bring it within 1 point difference for Trash Pandas. They'll still have another opportunity, though, thanks to the recovery on the with the stacks. Spacing out very nicely. With the pass slightly off. ZZ right below his reach, and Oliver ending a good stun. Oliver the rebound, and Oliver being stunned. Army now. Showing all the arms, I suppose, with the brawls, and now trying to cause some harm with a bowling ball pass, or shot rather, off the top, but that just gets sent into the wall. Recovery by Shiny. Shiny has ZZ, and a crisp when they should have crossed the disc, almost lost, as it goes back into ZZ's arms for a moment. Aggressive defense, very nice in fact, from the Trash Pandas. You see they cause some incredible havoc there, and that's going to result in maybe a one-on-one goal. They have it, they've got it, it's good. 2-point game, Trash Pandas back on the board now. Still, 5 minutes left in this round. Much better output from Trash Pandas so far, and importantly as anything, they've done good to deny that same incredible pace that Tachyons had offensively from the first round. A much closer game. That's why you can't get too caught up in the Fool's Gold mercies that happen now and again. Now that said, oh, you can't let that happen again! It's Shiny! Will not be declined. That is the high-risk, high-reward play, going full man v man there, diving out of the goal. You know, had that stun came a second sooner, a half second sooner, might have been much better results, but instead, they ate the 3, and so it goes. Fortunately, though, for Trash Pandas, they still have, again, plenty of time on this clock. A very effective rollout here coming from Hyena and co. Hyena sending that pass over just beyond the reach of KitKat, who just couldn't get it in time. Army now sends it. Linked well with Octavius. That dribble, perfect. The shot, less so. Could have been rebounded too, but maybe not communicated on the miss. Either way, though. A push up the floor, hitting the brakes. Shiny, no mistakes. 12-5. Tachyons back on the score. So still 1/3 of this round remaining. The Trash Pandas are not out of reach yet of a comeback. Oliver ending QBing, oh, but no way! The speed from Octavius. And they are flying now. Maybe a bit of a caster's curse from a minute ago, because all of a sudden that pace has picked up mightily with the last few shots in the last minute or so. Tachyons back at a double-digit advantage now. First time in this round, granted, but familiar territory as a 3. Oh, nearly sent, but just takes the ricochet off of that nest, I believe. Those stacks have been really causing some destruction inside that bubble and around that nest on these launches. ZZ couldn't get the goal. Army will. 17-5. And Tachyons now looking firmly in the lead and in position for a round 2 win if they keep this up. Cupid saying, wait, I know Octavius, hold up. Oh yeah, if you don't know, you should know. Him and ZZ, two of the few and far between brother pairings that have happened in Echo. You know, Zach W, Andy W being another notable one, obviously. But yeah, them two, ZZ and Octavius, real life brothers, great people. Now, the bubble recovery from Hyena. Get the disc back for Trash Pandas, but back to Shiny, who hits the brakes and actually gets broken up. Nicely done by KitKat and Kyber. Now, Oliver sending it deep into the orange zone. The leech coming in nicely from KitKat. Oh, couldn't get the second one on Octavius. Nice attempts, though, from KitKat. Army will secure it, inverted on the ceiling, and a beautiful clear. Will actually be a perfect setup as well to Shiny. Shiny finding the disc from the cloud, winding around, has the defenders there, finds a pass though, and Octavius, Rex, and Octavius, the goal. 2 points there more, and they're back to a near 20-point hit for a couple rounds in a row. 19-5. So back to Kit Kat here on possession, getting stunned though in the midfield. Past the reach of Oliver, past the reach of Hyena, who stuns Shiny along the way. The Stacks now looking for maybe inching their way closer towards that Mercy. It's still a 4-point difference, so it might not be the case, but for anyone who watches my cast on NEPA, and I always say the first team to 40 in a NEPA game is a team who's going to win like 95% of the time, if not more. On the VRML side, just cut that in half basically. Any team who hits 20 points in a round is basically, they're going to win 95% of the time. Exceedingly rare that you'll see two teams both at around 20 points, or even both at around 15 or higher for that matter. So when you see one team hitting 20, as Tachyons have done now a couple of rounds in a row, you know they are in a mighty, mighty good flow. And just scoring at an incredible pace. 23-5. This game now getting out of hand. After halfway through, it was so much closer, and then I kind of Caster's cursed it, I suppose. Because boy, did they fly. So a 2-round win, and congratulations to Tachyons for their victory here tonight. Their record will improve ever the more now to 5-2. 5 wins, 2 losses. Meanwhile, for Trash Pandas, they will be 4-3. Still a positive ratio on the whole. And still promising times ahead, no doubt, for this team. Only getting better over time. Likewise for both, though. Alright, so we'll get a look here at our final stats of the evening. And again, much appreciation to both these squads for holding up about 30 or 45 minutes so that they can be casted here on VRML 2. Appreciate that very much. Always happy to get a look at these teams. And I don't think it'll be the last time either this season. I'm fairly confident in that for both. That's right, Pally's back. Casting hundreds of matches again, just you watch. So, final stats. ZZ with 5 points, 5 assists. 14-3 for Octavius. There in the points and assists. You have Army with 8 and 2 points and assists. And then Shiny, aka Yinit, with, oh, my stats are wiped. That's not fun. I could probably get them back, although it might be, hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna do this. I can't just read half the stats. That wouldn't be all, that wouldn't be good at all. So. All right, we're back. Here we go. Just had to pull up the stream. So, where was I? Right, Shiny with 14-3 and 24 stuns. See, good thing I read it after all, because that's a huge stat line in its own right. But really, just a lot of good team cohesive efforts there from their squad. Everyone getting each other involved with the passes. You know, any person can be the finisher. Their team doesn't really care as long as it's the right pass to make, and I like that. On the opposite end, Oliver ended up with 3 saves and 16 stuns. Some nice defense certainly played at junctures. Hyena Dragon with an assist and 10 stuns. Kit Kat with a save, 9 stuns. And then Kyber putting in the 5 points that they captured in that round, along with 18 stuns to lead the stun department on their squad. So, you know, tough loss for Trash Pandas, but certainly, again, a team who is more used to winning than not, and we will see them again on stream before too long, I'm quite sure. But to everyone there on the Twitch end of things who tuned into either Channel 1 or Channel 2, I was on both this evening. I appreciate you guys. So, yeah, hope your days, nights, and otherwise are good. Cupid, Real, Call Me Comms in there, Sea Shocker, GG's, Chew, AB Chew, ABC Hugh. All of you guys for stopping by. Cincinnati, Mr. Marcus, Kitty Jade. Much love. Much love. And now, many drinks. Because my voice is done for the night. Oh. Apparently, be able to turn on my cams too. I didn't realize. That's okay. Anyway. One last look at old Palidore, I suppose. And one last look at the stream. It's been a fun time, so everyone, you know, join us again every day, just about on VRML. Be happy, be healthy, be safe, be good to each other, and yeah, see you again real soon. VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.